All right, what's up, everybody? It's FlexPoint, also known as Flex, coming back with another video. On the last video I did a level 100 Kanto Elite Four rerun with some tips and some strategies you can use. I'm going to be using the same team. This time we're going to run the Jhoto League Elite Four. I believe they're level 100s. The team is going to be the exact same as the last video. I can go ahead and post the team here in a moment. But first I want to show the items. Choice scarfs on our tanks, which are going to be on the left. And the carries on the right. Two are going to have the air balloon to be protected against earthquake. Poliwrath is going to have the Aguava berry to assist in the use of belly drum. So he has some HP. And for those of you watching for the first time, the moveset that we're going to use for the tanks, there are two moves that are going to be prioritized, which are Stealth Rock and Trick, which you'll notice all three of my tanks have. The carries are going to all have a buff, as you can tell. Chandelure is going to use the TM Calm Mind, and all of the attacks are going to be special attack. Poliwrath is going to be using Belly Drum. Excadrill is going to be using Sword Dance, and you're going to obviously use that 3 times to maximize attack. Shadow Ball or Calm Mind also requires 6 times. You can get away with using it 5 times. I am learning, because if you do go against someone with close combat, if you Calm Mind 6 times, it's going to... you could possibly get hit by struggle, which can prove to be an issue. Now, again, I'm going to go through this video explaining it for the people that haven't seen the Kanto video, which should be linked in the description. For the items that you're going to need some antidotes. You're going to need burn heals, just a few. You're not going to need too many. Ice heals and paralyzed heals. I've only ever had to use the burn heals and an antidote in case I take toxic orb. I also take regular potions. Again, we went over this in the last video. It reduces wastage. It reduces waste in the HP, and I'll take 10 revives. Now, in a perfect scenario, you're not going to use any revives. You will use potions, but I'm like I said before, this isn't going to be a perfect guide here. Okay, I'm going to kind of give you an idea of the team I use, how you can utilize it, and you'll notice that it could be pretty simple. Now, in the level 100s, it could get a little tricky, and you'll need to beat the Elite Four 4 to 6 more times before you're given level 100s. So starting off with Will, who's using a Grumpig. It's definitely level 100. Yeah, so we're on the level 100 team. I'm glad we are, because the last time I played it was level 80s. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with Trick. They may possibly swap out. There's the swap out to Electivire, who probably knows close combat. So we're going to use Trick. You always start off with Trick to swap the items. So let's see. I took a life orb and he took my choice scarf. So now he's going to be locked into a move here. And you always must follow Trick with Stealth Rock. Okay, if I get one tapped here and I die, then I'll put in Metagross, and Metagross will use Stealth Rock. My Metagross is maxed out on defense. So, and special defense. So it will likely survive. I also have the choice scarf on it, so it's going to get increased speed. So I likely will be able to get that off. So we're going to Stealth Rocks. Okay, it's cross chop. Okay, didn't get a crit, which is nice. We get the Stealth Rock. Cross chop, I think, is a 5 PP attack. Anyways, we know it's going to be a fighting move, so we're going to swap to our Chandelure, who's not going to be affected by fighting. So he's going to use Cross Chop because he now has the Choice Scarf. He's only going to be able to use Cross Chop. unless swapped out. So we have to assume that it's not going to get swapped out here. It's very possible that the AI swaps out Electivire, but we're going to proceed as if he's not getting swapped out. Okay, I also forgot to mention, you will need X speeds. You will need X speeds. Okay, so we'll start off with Calm Mind because we want to buff. Okay, didn't get swapped out, so we can continue with buffing. So we're going to do Calm Mind, likely 5 times. The reason why we do it 5 to 6 times is because we want to make sure that anytime Chandelure attacks anything, they're going to get one tapped and they're just going to die. So that's why we don't do it 1 or 2 times. No, we go all in at 5 or 6. We want there to be no leeway for the opposing Pokemon to survive. Now the Stealth Rock is to ensure that if they have a Focus Band, they're not going to be able to proc it, because when they swap out, they're going to take damage. Okay, so it's not going to be, it technically is not a one-hit knockout. All right, so I'm at 5, so now I'm going to use my X speed, because there's no point in being this buffed up, but we're slower and we don't get to attack first. So we're going to use the X speed. The only other Pokemon you need to worry about with this is if you're going against an Alakazam who does not, I forgot what the ability was, but if Alakazam has that certain ability, it's not going to take any damage from the Stealth Rock. And then it's going to have a Focus Sash. So it's possible it can kill you. But since you have +5 special defense, the Alakazam likely won't. Alright, so I'm buffed up. I got my +5 special attack, +2 speed. We can just hit it with a Flamethrower. It'll go down. And we're set for the rest of the match. This should be pretty simple to finish. And that's pretty much it. Empoleon goes out. Stealth Rock's going to hit. We're just going to we'll use Energy Ball. Sure. It's going to get one shot. Just like that. That's the strat. That's it. We're done. Now, I hope that there are some instances where we get a little tricky, because the AI could have swapped out when I had Chandelure, and that could have required you to maneuver a little bit. So I'm hoping with the rest of this run, we do get in some of those situations or scenarios, because I'd love to show you guys like what we'll need to do. Ooh, a Chansey. I wonder if a Blissey would survive. Oh, Chansey survived. Okay, so Chansey survived. I got Toxic. This is why I said you kind of want to get an antidote, or ensure you have an antidote. You're not going to use it during the match ever. You'll never use it. I am really surprised that it survived with that Energy Ball. So it's probably Toxic, Soft Boiled, Seismic Toss, and then some normal attack or something. Because I don't see why it would use Seismic Toss. Alright, so this should be Shadow Ball. And again, if you're in an instance where you fight against someone and they don't kill you, or you don't one-tap them, then you just keep hitting them. Alright, let's Will down. Nice and easy. So we're going to go to the bag. Use our potions. Max. Use. So potion heals by 20. I wasted 1 potion for 10 HP. Not bad use, not bad waste at all. Next we're gonna use Antidote on the Chandelure, and then we're gonna use our pots on the Chandelure. You will also need some Leppas, because you'll notice a lot of Pokemon here are gonna be using close combat or cross chop or fighting moves. So Chandelure is gonna be primarily used here. So if you use Chandelure 4 times, then you're going to use all 20 of your Calm Mind. So you have to make sure you have some Leppas in there, so you don't run out. Alright, Tentacruel. Let's see if they swap or they stay. We're going to use Trick. Okay, they swap. So Crobat. Crobat knows close combat. And what's that other move? The flying type move? I don't remember. Arrow. Can't remember. Alright, next is Stealth Rock. Okay, he withdrew to Electrode. We're going to use Stealth Rock and get that out. Now I have a life orb. I do not have the choice scarf anymore. So I'm gonna protect to see what attack it wants to do. Protect is usually what you use if you want to like kind of scout. Okay, they're gonna use Thunderbolt. So what I'm gonna do is swap to my Excadrill, who is immune to Thunderbolt. Now, we're forcing the AI to make a decision here. Are they going to swap, or are they going to use a second move that's not as strong? So I'm going to go to my Metagross. I'm going to shift over to my Metagross here, because I still need to use Trick. I haven't used, like, the Electrode has its original item. So it's going to use Explosion. It's good that I swapped out to my tank. I don't think it should take too much damage. Oh, it's a crit hit too. Oh, so that was with a crit hit. That's excellent. Like, that's awesome. All right, so this Pokemon does have the choice scarf. So let's use Thunder Punch. We'll use Thunder Punch here. Okay, so it's Flamethrower. All right, so this is why I'm saying like you're gonna use Chandelure quite a bit, because the Chandelure does know Flash Fire. I am kind of surprised I got one tapped by that. Oh, it's a second Crobat. Oh, that's why. Okay, so we gotta use Trick. I thought it was the same Crobat. I'm trolling. I should have seen from up here, but I didn't look. All right, so it's gonna use Flamethrower. It doesn't have the orb, so it shouldn't one tap me. Okay, so it's gonna use Flamethrower. Let's get the Chandelure out, and then we have the Flash Fire in play. All right, let's use our X speed. You never want to start with the X speed first. Why? Because the AI might swap out and then you just wasted your X speed. Okay, you cannot keep your carries in unless they are fully buffed up. So if you only do 2 Calm Minds and you don't do an X speed and they swap Pokemon, you cannot keep your Chandelure in there. You have to swap back to one of your tanks. Okay, that's like a must. All right, so now that I'm all set and buffed up, I'm gonna use Flamethrower. Okay, so it wasn't a Golbat. I wasn't a Crobat. It was just a different Pokemon entirely. Whatever. All right, so Tentacruel's out. I'm gonna use Shadow Ball. This one's gonna get Flamethrowered. Pretty straightforward. Okay, like it's not hard at all. Once your Pokemon's buffed up, like it's over. Like, there's not really much that can. Oh, this thing's faster. I probably die. Oh no, I don't die. See, like that Crobat is faster. Why is it faster? Because it has the choice scarf. Okay, so it had the choice scarf, which means it's faster than my ×2 speed Chandelure, but it didn't have the life orb to give it that extra damage. So that's why I was able to survive that. So that was a little curveball, like you have to be prepared for. Okay, like I didn't, it actually slipped my mind that it had choice scarf. I was like, why is it faster than I am? I was like, oh, that's why, that's right. Okay, so you got to keep an eye out for that. If I would have died, if Chandelure would have died there, I would have realized like, oh, it's got the choice scarf. I would have thrown an Excadrill, who is Steel, and the flying type wouldn't, the flying move wouldn't be as effective. That's what I've done. So we're gonna use revive on the meta. Max. 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 Burn heal. I need a burn heal. Alright, and we're good to go. Moving on to the next one. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's like, it's why I love the game. Like, this Jhoto region E4 is harder than Kanto's. You know what I mean? And then as you move forward, it's going to get harder. Like, the other E4s are going to be harder. And I'm going to make videos of the other E4s, of course, so you can see. But yeah. All right, so Electros, we're going to use Trick. I took leftovers. He has the Choice Scarf. He's going to use Train Punch. That's probably going to take more than half. Oh, it doesn't take. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm going to use Stealth Rock next. He withdrew, which is good. Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan is not going to be easy at the slightest. Hitmonchan's not going to be easy. Because if for any reason your Chandelure dies, like it's going to use Mach Punch, I think. Or Drain Punch. We're going to find out and protect. I think it's Mach Punch. Okay, no, it's Close Combat. Alright, so let's swap to the Chandelure and see how he reacts here. Alright, so we're going to see what does the AI do. We're going to swap to the other one of the Metagrosses, so we can do Trick. Let's see what it does here. Let's see. Stone Edge. Okay. Not very effective. He has a Life Orb, so we are going to do Trick. Okay. Like, it's not always going to work with the first Pokemon. It's not always going to be like, oh, I tricked the Electros. I'm going to be able to swap to my carry and buff it. Like, no, it's not always going to be like that. Alright, so use Close Combat. It's locked into Close Combat. We're going to swap out to Chandelure and start buffing it. Now let's see if it swaps again here. And like I said, if it does, we have another Metagross with Trick, with a Choice Scarf ready to go. All right, so it's not. But now again, you can't kind of be like, okay, I'm done, I'm good. Like, you can't be like that because it's possible Struggle will come into play. Hitmonchan has high base attack. Struggle will deal damage. Okay. Now Struggle, the way Struggle is built, or the way Struggle works. Hitmonchan will definitely kill itself before it kills you with Struggle. It's kind of how it works. But you can still crit hit. You can still crit with Struggle. Alright, so I'm going to stop at 4 instead of going to 5 because I really, really don't want to get struggled. So I hit it with the X speed. There's the Struggle. Okay, so that was 70 HP. I'm not going to Calm Mind again. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that was over 20, that was almost 30%. Like, that's a lot. All right, so again, I don't recommend you just go to 4 times every time. I don't recommend that, okay? All right, give me a second. I'm gonna stream on Discord for some people, so I'm gonna mute my Discord. So, although I only use special attack, or I use Calm Mind 4 times, and I use the X speed once, I don't want to risk struggle, like I said. So I'm gonna just stick with the 4 and hope that there's not an instance where it's not enough for Chandelure to kill the opposing Pokemon. It looks like it's okay. I'm getting trolled. All right, Blastoise is simple. Energy Ball. Easy. I've done it many times. Many times. Metagross gets Flamethrowered. Might survive. Hope it doesn't. Doesn't survive. It's another thing, like Stealth Rock just chunks them, even if it's a little bit. It's It's that little bit of extra damage. All right, so Electros might be faster than I am here. Even with the Choice Scarf. Okay, so even with the Choice Scarf, it's not as fast. All right. Shout out to Costin. Easy finish. We're gonna heal. Potions. Max. 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 Then we'll Lepa. This is pretty much all I'm playing. This is pretty much all I'm playing. Like I'll play League I'll duo queue with League and that's it. Like I play League and this. That's it. I don't play Apex anymore. I don't play anything else. There's just so much to do in this game. Alright, Electrode, start with Trick. Swapped out. For Alligators, definitely knows close combat. Yeah. Alright, Assault Gear, which means I'm only gonna be able to struggle here. See, struggle, because you can't use any of the moves. No, they can't. They can't use any moves that are status changing. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna use close combat, swap to Chandelure. Shouldn't affect. Let's do a little prediction here. Okay, it's Waterfall. And I think my Chandelure just died. My Chandelure died. Alright. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. It's not a bad... I figured it would be close combat. But that's fine. If we lock in Waterfall, that's not a bad thing. Alright, the swap and the Garchomp, which knows Earthquake. Thankfully, I have another Pokemon that has a balloon. This is a Rocky Helmet. This is what I wanted to happen. Like, it's not a good video if it just goes smoothly. It's not a good video if it just like super easy. All right, so Stealth Rock. No, I wouldn't. No. I'm like errors will happen. Errors will happen. I'm not gonna cut the video and be like, oh, let me start and make it perfect. No, like I'm not gonna do that. So we locked in Earthquake. We're gonna put in Excadrill. There's the Earthquake. It gets tricky if... See, I have one more Metagross with Choice Scarf and Trick. It gets really tricky if he swaps out here. Alright, no swap out. That, I will say, that Electrode with Choice Scarf is faster than any Pokemon I have. So I might need to use 2 X speeds. Just maybe. I have Discord. I've Discord muted. They can't hear you. Yeah, he just asked me. All right, so we're gonna go to ×3 Excadrill with the attack. I'm gonna use double X speed because I really don't want Electrode to get an attack off. All right, so Iron Head. I think even with Aqua Jet or something, I think I'm alright. So we're maxed attack, +4 speed. Yeah, I'm glad that this was like this happened. Okay. I'm glad that this instance came up where I threw in Chandelure, I guessed wrong, I lost one of my carries. Like normally, like if you lose a carry, it's a really bad thing, but thankfully I'm able to like kind of play around it because I have 2 Pokemon that use Red Balloon instead of just 1. If I had just 1 Pokemon that uses Red Balloon, I don't see how I beat that Garchomp. I don't, because he would have just Earthquake destroyed everything on my board. So use Earthquake here. Like I said, I want to make sure Electrode isn't faster than I am. But yeah, your carries are like so crucial. You know what I mean? Because even if you have just one Pokemon that knows Trick, if the AI doesn't swap out, one Pokemon is all you need to lock in a move that's like counterable. All right, so we're gonna use our potions, max, revive, potions, max, potions, max, and then we're good. I'm gonna check the Leppas here. On Chandelure, we're good. All right, this is the last one, the champion. I'm gonna pop my coin here. I could pop a Riches Charm. I think maybe I'll do a Riches Charm because I'm gonna gym run like right after this and then do Marimoto. So maybe our Riches Charm. I'm not gonna stream that, by the way. I can make a gym rerun video, but there's like so many out there that are like I got my routes from, you know what I mean? So unless I come up with something crazy or new or different, I probably won't make a gym rerun. I just go one gym at a time, you know what I mean? I can show you my gym team, but yeah. Anyways, so we're gonna pop the Riches Charm. We're gonna move up. I could have not popped it till like I got to the last statue, then I could have popped it. I wasted a couple of seconds, just to kind of keep in mind. You don't want to waste. All right, so please do not forget that in Kanto it doesn't end with Lance. You beat Lance and then you go to Gary. So don't pop your Riches Charm when you fight Lance in Kanto. Pop it before in Jhoto. All right, so it's a Charizard. We're gonna Trick. It's a Tyranitar with close combat. Sandstream doesn't really play too big of a role here, unless I survive with 1 HP and then die. Let's see if he swaps. Stealth Rock. All right, no Stone Edge. Okay. Stone Edge is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Stone Edge is kind of annoying. I hope that he uses a different move here. I'm gonna Protect. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, look. So Alpha Blissey obtained a Choice Band. Tyranitar obtained a Choice Scarf. So now I have a band, which means it increases my attack, but I can only use one move. So this is not a bad thing. I can still swap this out and use Trick in the future. But as for right now, I can't use this Blissey anymore. I'm not gonna risk getting my carries, so I'm gonna throw out Metagross in case he uses a rock move. If he uses Earthquake, that's fine. I know it's locked in. All right, so it's locked into Stone Edge. Now, doesn't deal too much. Now I'm kind of limited on my options here. Can I use my Excadrill? Yes. I can also beat it with Earthquake. Okay. Now keep in mind, I have a Choice Scarf. Okay, I'm so glad this situation came up. I have a Choice Scarf right now. So whichever move I use, I'm stuck using that move only. So what I think I can do is, I'm gonna use Earthquake and kill the T-Tar. Does it have Balloon? No Balloon. No, it has. So I can kill the T-Tar, and then once it goes to the next Pokemon, I can swap and sacrifice my Blissey. I think that's the play, so we're gonna go with that. Like I said, can I use Excadrill, who's double resistant to the Stone Edge? Sure. Is it possible that it even misses? Sure. But that crit hit is what I'm worried about with my carry. I really don't want to lose one of my carries right now. Alright, so Earthquake again. Oh, it's going to do Charizard, Dragonite. Alright. Alright, I have to hope that this Metagross is faster, because I'm going to sacrifice the Blissey here. It's going to use Flame Punch right now. Here's the Flame Punch. Oh no, it's Dragon Tail and it swaps out. I would not mind if it goes back to that Metagross. I cannot keep my carry in here. I'm getting bamboozled by this Dragonite. I cannot keep my carry in here. I need to sacrifice the Blissey. It's sent Dragon Tail again. Does that mean it's like... This is actually really, this is like super hard. So if it has a choice item and it's only using Dragon Tail, I think I'm fucked. I think I'm screwed here. So let's trick and find out what it has. I think it has a choice item. No, it has leftovers. Okay. Oh, it's locked in on Thunderwave. Oh, thank God. Okay. All right, so it's locked in on Thunderwave, which is like the best scenario you can hope for. We're going to throw in Excadrill and hope that Lance doesn't swap out. Okay. Okay, this works. Let's hope he doesn't swap. If he doesn't swap, it's over, we win. But oh man, if this Dragonite had a choice item and it locked in Dragon Tail, I don't know how you can win. Because it'll just make you swap all your Pokemon. You can't buff a carry because it's gonna get swapped. I think my only hope there, and it has increased like damage. I think my only hope there would have been to use Poliwhirl and then hope the Ice Punch like kills it. Like that would have been the only option. Or if I Thunder Punch it and paralyze it with one of the metas. Alright, so we're at +6 attack. Let's lock it down. Let's get it over with. We got the Richest Charm ticking. We don't want to waste. Alright, let's get it. So Iron Head, 1 tap. I'm really glad that happened. Okay, like there are going to be instances where you have to sacrifice one of your tanks. That's the point. That's the damn, half HP. That's the purpose. So yeah, I think it's over. I think this is GG. All right, so again, you may have to maneuver. You may have to manipulate. That's normal. You just have to make sure you don't panic and don't ever sacrifice a carry. Like, you know what I mean? It's sacrificing your tanks, sure. You just have to make sure you lock in Trick, and you always do Stealth Rock after. Like Stealth Rock it's required. If you do not Stealth Rock, this Ampharos would have had a Focus Sash. It would have survived with 1 HP, use Focus Blast, and I die. You know what I mean? That's what would have happened. Or this Metagross would have lived with 1 HP, and then it uses Earthquake, and my Excadrill, like, well, it has a balloon, but some other attack. You know? That is it. It is over. So that was pretty smooth. I do like that it got complicated towards the end. I'm genuinely happy that this instance happened. Okay, like so many of these videos, they run perfectly. You don't have to worry about anything. But as I told one of my buddies earlier, if I make a mistake on a video, I'm not gonna cut the video and then start over again. You know what I mean? Like, no, this is like real-time decision making. I'm gonna mess up. How do I adapt? You know what I mean? That's really the valuable part in these videos. It's like, how am I gonna make up for my mistake? Is it possible to make up for my mistake? Because maybe there are times that you can't. Okay, like if you lose Poliwhirl, if you lose Poliwrath, and all they attack with are water moves, you can't really win. You know, if you get like a Aqua Tail, Gyarados, and a Surf Golduck or something, you can't really come back from that. So, no, I'm glad. That's pretty much my run. I'm going to put the team. I'm gonna put the team up here in a moment so you guys can see. Here it comes. Give me one moment. Here's the team. Let me just skip this real quick. All right, so here's the team. There's the team. We have the Metagross, Choice Scarf, the abilities there. The EVs are there. For the IVs on your tanks, you need 31 defense, 31 HP, 31 special defense, 31 speed. You need those. Okay, a 4x31 is all you need. You don't need, and it's not that hard to breed a 4x31. Just catch a lot of Dittos, go from there. You don't need to catch a billion Metagrosses and buy a bunch of Metagrosses. Like, no. There's an area in Jhoto where Dittos are very common, and you just catch all the Dittos. The Ditto boxes, if you have a full box of Dittos and none of them are 1x31s, they sell for about 240, 250 Pokeyen. 250k, 250,000 Pokeyen. Okay, so even if you're doing two things at once, you're making money and you're also getting materials for you to breed your E4 team, which is going to make you a lot of money. Okay, I just won 140k Pokeyen and 2,000 battle points. All right, so like, yes, I would recommend getting 1 or 2 of these off the GTL, or you can just catch 2 of them and then just start breeding. Okay, probably gonna need more than 2, let's be real. You probably need like, I don't know, 10 to 15. The Blissey has the EVs here. Like I said, the tank IVs already went over. For your carry IVs, okay, you can get away with just attack and speed for Excadrill, and for Poliwrath, attack and speed, and for Chandelure, special attack and speed. I like to go 1 step further. I like to give them all HP as well, just so they're a little beefy. You know, that little bit of HP might make the difference between 1 tapping and then surviving in case you make a mistake. Okay, so 31 HP, 31 attack, 31 speed, 31 HP, 31 attack, 31 speed, 31 HP, 31 special attack, 31 speed. Okay, Flash Fire required, Water Absorb for the Poliwrath required, Mold Breaker for the Excadrill required. Okay, Adamant Nature optional, but obviously I recommend it. Adamant Nature for the Poliwrath, Modest required for Chandelure. Okay, what else? The items are required. Okay, balloons are very cheap on the GTL, very cheap. The berries, 800 pop. The choice scarves run for about 99k, 100k Pokeyen, but you can just buy choice scarves with the battle points that you get and then sell them on the GTL for 100k. They buy themselves. Oh, I need to close this out. I'm wasting my Riches Charm. Okay, so that is my team. That is my video. If you have questions, please post the questions. I'll get them answered. Okay. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. If you have any questions, like I said, let me know. This is FlexPoint signing off. Shout out to Costin, who helped me create this team. Thank you for the time that you spent breeding some of these Pokemon. And yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you for the next video. My next region will be Hoenn, because I like the music in Hoenn. So that's going to be the next one. Take care, guys, and good luck.